Do you love stories about snowfall, especially in the Netherlands, and seeing what it does to the country? Or maybe you love Blackpink and Jenny or Stranger Things. That's a good one as well. Welcome to my show that I'm gonna call Judith Unhinged, because I'm Judith and I'm gonna be unhinged because I'm unscripted and I'm gonna say whatever I feel like saying. It's all just my opinion, no advice, it's just commentary. No facts, so don't take it too seriously. Just going to chat with you about my week. I have written things down on this paper. I feel so bad using paper. It's like we don't do that anymore. I used to, when I was in school, I used to use paper for everything all the time. And now I don't do that anymore. Why have we stopped? It feels like I'm doing a criminal activity by using just one little sheet of paper. I even like tear off bits that I didn't use and then reuse it later. It doesn't make any sense, right? But okay, that's what I'm doing. No, I wrote down some topics that I want to talk about you. So snow in the Netherlands. It snowed in the Netherlands. It doesn't snow in the Netherlands. We have this thing called the Elfstedentocht. They used to have that when I was little, but now the country doesn't become cold enough anymore. So we don't have enough ice in our rivers to do an Elfstedentocht. You don't know what an Elfstedentocht is. So the Elfstedentocht is when people go ice skating across the rivers, across 11 city Elfsteden in the Netherlands. So that's what the Elfstedentocht is. And it's been so cold, so not cold here, that we don't have enough ice or not thick enough ice that we can do that thing. So that has been quite some time since we've done that. And now suddenly we're in winter wonderland with snow all around us. And it's crazy because our country isn't equipped for snow whatsoever. So the country just shuts down, which is very funny. It looks very pretty, but my honest opinion, it is awful. I hate snow. I'm gonna go and say snow is my mortal enemy and it should be destroyed, because it's just terrible. I mean, you can't walk on it. You slip and slide. It is truly, absolutely awful to be around snow. It looks very pretty from the inside. When you're nice and cozy in your Totoro sweater, that's really cool. But other than that, it's truly awful, especially if you're taking your kids to school. Ugh, ugh. Anyways, but the snow, it did cause like a little news incident, and this is like if you're thinking about the state of the world and what everything is doing. There's this guy who built a snowman, but a Nijntje snowman. And Nijntje is like the Dutch Hello Kitty. And people are gonna kill me for saying that, but that's okay. And he built it, and then someone crashed their car into it. Why would you crash your car into a snowman? I mean, I don't understand. Then another person was angry with it and it chopped off its ears. It's like a little bunny. It chopped off its ears, like it punched it to get rid of the ear. And then, you know who fixed it for him? The police. So everywhere, the world is in chaos. There's war. There's awful things going on. And what do we do in the Netherlands? We have our police officers fixing broken snowmen. I thought that was a lovely story to start out with. Then you know my background, where I come from. It's just fun. Anyways, this week I had fun with Stranger Things and putting lots of videos online for that. Honestly, I've been obsessed with Stranger Things. It's been so much fun watching the show with the kids and it finally ending, having this awful ending. It was really bad. I'm really disappointed, to be fair. But one thing that was really cool, I had a bloody nose this week. Why am I saying that? And when I had the bloody nose, I was like, oh, I'm like 11. Look at me. I'm like 11. It's so cool. Isn't that just stupid that suddenly, just because a little TV show, you think like something bad that is happening to you is really fun? That was really, really interesting. Anyways, the adventure isn't over yet. We're getting a documentary soon about the final season. We've seen little clips of it on social media with the table reads, which is really cute. Like, especially when Will was reading that he has powers, they were all like, he's powers. So I'm interested to see like the dynamic on set and how everyone did. That will be fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Some of your comments were completely insane, but I really appreciate them as well. I just laughed at them. Like, what is the biggest impact? Your face. Oh, that's so cute. You like my face. Bring on the hate. Tell me more about my face. face. But other comments were really nice and well thought of. And one person even commented about the proposal, that it wasn't really a proposal. I thought that was so interesting. Like, so Nancy and Jonathan in the final season, right? They're in this room filled with disgusting white stuff we don't want to touch in real life. When we enter a room and we see it covered in white gunk, we don't touch it. So they are covered in it, and they go on a tangent, and it's like so awkward. It's so awkward. And then he pulls out, well, it's not his phone. In my memory, it's his phone, but they didn't have phones back then in the 80s. So he pulls out a thing, and it contains a ring. And he's in front of Nancy, and he's declaring his love for her. And I consider that a proposal. I'm sorry, if you tell someone, I've been carrying this around for days, being too nervous to ask you, and you have it in your hand, that's a proposal. He didn't speak the words, will you marry me? But he did have the ring, and he talked about it all, and he talked through that process with her, and she didn't like it, and she wanted something. I bet he would marry her if she would have said, I would marry you, right? I think he definitely would. But it's like, so the comment was like, no, there wasn't a proposal. First of all, my memory is the worst memory of life. I have a slight face blindness. I can't remember faces. I can't remember names. I can't remember much of what I do or what I say. I'm full of contradictions. When I watch it, we're now rewatching Dexter, right? And Dexter is super fun. And whenever I see a character, I get this feeling, a belly feeling, like this was a cute character, this was a fun character, this was it like Lila, this was a crazy character. And I'm like, are you prepared? I say to my daughter, are you prepared? This is gonna be toxic. This is gonna be fun. You're gonna have some fun. And then they're still a fan. We're at the end of season 2, and they still think Lila is really fun compared to Rita. That just says so much about how they wrote Rita in comparison to Lila. It's just so stupid. What was I even saying? Oh, right, the comments and the proposals. Anyways, the proposals on Love is Blind, right? We see a lot of guys proposing, but they say, and also the versions of the other countries, they say like, will you go on this journey with me? And sometimes I thought, oh, they're just saying, like this is how they propose in their country or something, not in the American ones, no. I understand that they're not like that, they have commitment issues, but apparently it's not. So a lot of the guys don't actually propose. Is this a thing where like if someone doesn't speak the words, it's not a real proposal? I mean, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. Like maybe we should have like an essential discussion about what does it mean to propose and what is the definition of a proposal. And do you have to speak the words, or is it like a silent, nonverbal agreement between two people? Oh, that would be people could be engaged all over. Okay, that would be very funny. No. So Stranger Things, we had some fun. That's now behind us, unfortunately, apart from that dog coming out. I'm deep into His and Hers, which has the guy from The Walking Dead and then someone from Veronica Mars. So of course I'm all over it, right? Because Veronica Mars has Kristen Bell in it, and I'm like super fan of Kristen Bell and Jenny and Lucy Lawless, so Xena and Blackpink. And Jenny, by the way, Jenny, this is how this whole thing is going to go. So if you hate it by now, then just watch something else. If you like listening to this, and stay here. Jenny has announced she's going to bring out more music this year. I'm like, didn't she bring out, like, she released a whole album last year, and she's releasing a second solo album this year. How the fuck does she have time? She is doing a deadline tour. She's working on the comeback from Blackpink. They're releasing new music this year soon. Well, they say soon, but now it's like spring, and it was like October and then December, and then I don't know. I hope it's soon. Let's say it's soon. Okay, Blackpink is coming with new music soon. They're on a world tour. They're like touring all the time. So she's also performing all the time. So how the fuck does she have time to make a full album? I do not understand. I do not understand how this woman does it. And she's just so fantastic. I cannot wait. Her MMA that's Melon Music Awards, I've never heard about it. I'm also very ignorant about the whole K-pop universe, so don't come for me. I'm just like an old person. But the Melon Music Awards her performance is fantastic. So whenever I'm fixing my food, I put on the Melon Music Awards Jenny performance, where she does, what does she start with? She starts with like Zen? No, she doesn't start with Zen. It was something else. Anyways, she does Zen, she does something else, and she ends with like Jenny. And she has all the voices of all the Blackpink members woven into these remixes of these songs. I think Diplo did the Like Jenny remix, at least he posted something on Instagram about that. So I think he was involved in it, and he has this very like techno vibe, right? Like the 90s house music, like DJ Paul Alstock, Charlie Low Noise, and Mental Theo. I'm into that. So I put Jump also in. Jump is a song from Blackpink. I put that in a playlist. In this playlist that I have, like Workout 90s, which is all like boom, 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 boom music, and it fits right in. It fits so perfectly with this 90s house music, and I'm like, yes, that's the vibe. Will their album be that vibe? I don't know. I've heard like bits and pieces. I don't really think it's their album yet. I don't think they actually have like, no, they can't really have fragments of their music. That would be, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. Anyways, I'm really excited for the Blackpink album. I'm super excited for the Jennie album. I can't believe they're producing this much. I think that's completely insane. It's really a lot. I hope they're doing well health-wise, because you see them being so, I know we can't talk about people's body, but we see them being so skinny, and sometimes getting a little bit more healthier in their bodies. And I hope they're also taking care of their mental health and their bodily health. And I hope they're doing all right, because what you hear about what the regime is there is just absolutely terrible. Anyways, I need a water break. Look, I'll drop the Tara sweater. Okay. Water break. One water break. There we go. Fully refreshed. Okay. So Jenny, and her MMA performance. So I'm making my sandwiches. Well, it's gluten-free crackers, but whatever. I'm making my food and I'm just listening to Jenny's MMA performance on YouTube. It has this awful thing, like it puts the commercial in the middle of the performance. Why? Why would anyone do that in a musical performance? Put it at the beginning or at the end, not in the middle. Are you crazy? Who is thinking of this? That's insane. So anyways, yes, I'm not paying for my YouTube. That's crazy. Theme-free internet. But I'm just going insane while I'm listening to that, especially when those, like at the end with the do 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 do. I'm doing this wrong, but it's like amazing. Yeah. And then just my whole family looks at me like I'm crazy because I have my earbuds in, which is what I do all the time, and it's super fun. Anyways, Jenny was so awesome. That performance was epic. It was just so good. The voices of all the Blackpink members in it, the references to the Korean culture, it was just fantastic, fabulous. It was amazing. I can listen to it over and over and over again. Anyways, I'm watching His and Hers. His and Hers is interesting. I just watched Runaway. Runaway is really fun. It's about conspiracies and cults. It has some good evil characters in it, and I really love evil characters. So I really love that as well. I just loved in Runaway the kidnapping of the dog. Who, to get in the good graces of someone, thinks about kidnapping their pet and then returning it to someone, the balls on someone, the balls she needs to have to do that. It's so funny. Oh, I love that show. It has everything my heart could desire. I'm doing a full series on it. It's so much fun. But then, like, so Runaway was like a mini series, right? His and Hers is also a mini series. They're both sort of like mysteries that you get to solve. But His and Hers is so serious. Like it's so serious. Where's the humor? They really need some humor in that. Like put some jokes in there. They're also so fucking serious. Why did they do that? I wish they would just make light of some of the situations. I mean, these are crazy people getting murdered, probably by him or her. I'm not sure yet. I haven't watched it yet to the end. I'm not sure. We'll find out. And it's like, I expected it to be like a telling of something from his perspective and then from her perspective, but it's really not. It's really just showcasing everything that happens, and it's quite intense because their child dies. I mean, that's the most horrific thing that can happen to anyone, that your child dies, whatever your child may be. And that's awful. So that's already, that sets the tone really heavy. You can't really make fun of that, right? But you could still have like little quirky characters in there. And like you have the main guy who's, I think, a detective. I want to say sheriff, but that's because of he was in The Walking Dead season 1 or something. Like he was the one that, they shot through and they killed him, like the human that they killed, and then figured out, oh, if you don't get bitten but just die, oh, this is a major spoiler for The Walking Dead, but if you just die, you also become a zombie. What? It was like, what? One of the best plot twists, I think, in TV show history. Well, no, I think Cena had a lot better ones. Cena always. Anyways, so he's in there. She's in there for Veronica Mars, Kristen Bell. She's lovely. So he plays a detective. She plays. I'm confused about her profession. Journalist. let's call her a journalist. So she's a journalist. She was a news anchor. Then her baby died. Then apparently you lose everything in life, your husband, your house, your job, you lose everything. And because she wants to go back to her to her job. You know what she does? Instead of just trying to get her old job back, you know what she does? She, with the person who is now the news anchor who took over her job, she goes and fucks her husband. Because, you know, a rational person, that's what you do in life, right? When you hit your low point, you go after the husbands. What? So these are like extreme characters. When you have like extreme characters, why is there no funny? Why is there no making light of things? And the guy, he works with a detective. I don't know. He calls her Boston. I think because she's from Boston, but she's Indian, I think. And she is funny. I know she's funny, but she can't be funny in this because it's a serious show. I don't like shows that take themselves too serious. I'm not sure yet about this show. I think they're all too, like, it's too intense. Everybody's here with their performance. We'll see how it goes eventually. In between, I watched this doc. It's called Murder in Monaco. It's about this billionaire guy who, would you call it murder? So what happens is he's very paranoid about everyone wanting to get to him. So he's in Monaco. But Monaco is like a paradise for billionaires. They call it like a playground. Everyone can do what they want there. I don't know. It's just apparently very safe for them, and tax paradise, whatever. I'm not a billionaire. I don't know. But he's very worried. But what happens is there are intruders. They have no evidence of these intruders. There are intruders. He's alerted that there are intruders. He goes into his panic room. One of his nurses, he apparently has a team of nurses, which doesn't become clear at the beginning, but he has a team of nurses. One of his nurses, because he wants the police to come and save them, he starts a fire. This makes sense, right? If you're a nurse and you want to save someone, you start a fire. That's what you do, right? In life in general. So very, very healthy choice. Guess what? The billionaire dies because of the fire. He lights the fire to save the billionaire, but the billionaire dies. And then there's this whole story. The doc is very good. Like they present it as this murder mystery. The wife, the nurse, the this, the that. It's very funny. I think the documentary maker is fantastic. I would watch more stuff from him. But the nurse, eventually, the spin is that the nurse then, he breaks out of jail. He gets convicted. He gets 10 years, I think. He breaks out of jail by like filing through the bars like old school. It's just, sorry, this is just funny to me. I know it's real life, but this is just funny that he could file his way, like for months, file his way through and then climb out. And then the French guy, because the nurse is an American guy, he's like, that guy is so fat, he doesn't fit through. So they escape together, but his butt is too big to go through it. So the French guy is like, bye, see you. And he escapes to Italy. And just leaves him there. He escapes for like 12 hours, takes a bath in a hotel in France somewhere, and then gets picked up. This is just such a stupid person. I'm sorry. In any case, eventually, when they're making this documentary, there are some new developments, and suddenly this nurse is wanted by the police again. There's a manhunt going on. He was wanted for, I think, fraud or something. I don't know, stealing something from someone. And then he goes to jail again. He's currently in jail, set to be released in 2031 if he doesn't escape. That's how the doc ends. But it's just such a messy figure that still claims that he's completely innocent and he didn't do anything. And it is like very conspiracy-like, which I love, because the guy is a billionaire and there's Russian mob involved. And is his wife a black widow? Did she do something? Always blame the wife. No. Women don't murder people. We know that. No, we don't. But there's this one lady. I don't know who she is. I should see if there's more on her, because she's like awesome. She's like ancient. I think she's like 500 years old. And she comes in and she says, "Are we doing this?" And then he asks, "Yes, can you please introduce yourself?" And she says, "No." And then she says, "I'm not doing this anymore." Walks away and then comes back like 5 minutes later. "Okay, let's do this. Let's just go." She's apparently some noble lady. Noble? I don't know. She's a princess or aristocracy. I can't pronounce that. But she's someone somewhere high up, I think British. And she writes books. And she wrote a book about the murder wife, allegedly. That book got retracted, and it's just so funny to me what it was. Let's see, what else did I want to talk to you about? Games. So I'm currently playing Tower Dominion, which is a tower defense game. I'm playing that. I love games where you can just play little levels. You can accomplish something in a short amount of time and then move on with your life, you know. I have always, I hope they don't interrupt me now, but I always have like kids coming in, husband coming in, family members, like everyone coming and asking me things and interrupting me and doing things. And what I want is for people to leave me alone and be alone. But I don't get that in life in general, apart from when I talk on camera, because I tell them, "Listen, I'm recording. Don't bother me." Except for when there's fire or blood, then you can come, which doesn't work anymore at a certain age. Anyways, and then they leave me alone, and then they say, "You look so happy in the videos." And I'm like, yes, you know why? I'm alone. I like being alone. I'm such an awful person. Anyway, Tower Dominion, very fun tower defense game. It's like roguelike, so you have these tiles you have to place. And then, sorry, I have a little bit of a cold. And then you also have to, I think, draw cards. And there's heroes, there's all kinds of circumstances, and there's 3 different types of levels, bases that you can go through, and they all have their different circumstances, so everything changes all the time. It's really fun, it's challenging, it's fun, it's short, it's to the point. You can just play it in 10 minutes if you really suck like me, and then it's fun. No, and then if you play through like 35 levels, you win, and you have like level 1, 2, 3, 4 different waves. Anyways, I'm really having a good time. It's well balanced. It's super cute designed, which is always important to me. It has to be a little bit shiny, a little bit cute. I don't like the really realistic style. I really don't like that. Well, let's do a water break again. Ooh. With the Toto. Oh, look, it's even has an umbrella. Nice. Okay, so Tower Dominion, I'm having fun, but that's my solo fun. This holiday break, we started playing as a family Unreal Tournament. Like the I think it's the 1999 version of Unreal Tournament. People are like, what is she talking about? This lady. Anyways, we played it with the four of us, my daughters, my husband, and I, and it was amazing. And people quickly got better than me, which is very difficult to do. I love playing games, but I suck at them. I suck so bad. It's so bad. And we did capture the flag a lot. And you know, the mechanism that really sucks is when you start a LAN game, right? And everybody joins in, but they're assigned randomly the red or the blue team. They shouldn't get the red or the blue team. In your player setup, it says, I want to be red or blue. So we all put like it on red. And then you still get assigned to the blue team, and you have to go out and then do your player setup and then sit and then reload the game. And it's just a hassle. And then it stresses the girls out because like, I'm on a different team. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. So that's a little bit strange that it works like that. Other than that, we had super fun. I don't like that rocket gun because I keep shooting myself, which is part of why I suck so bad at games. I do like the little green gun that shoots like little drops of green because you can just, it's very condensed. It's very nice to use that one on your enemies. Anyways, Unreal Tournament, callback. It's really fun. What else are we playing? We're playing Red Alert 2. My husband and I together. The girls aren't really into strategy games. I think it's not too complicated because they play complicated games as well. It's just too. I don't think they like that kind of strategic game yet. We will get them into it. Maybe we have to wait a year or two before we indoctrinate them enough so that they play all our old games with us. I did try to get them on Guitar Hero at some point, and I think they found it too difficult. Well, anything after Guitar Hero 3, it's not that difficult, right? It's not that difficult. It was very easy. And why aren't they releasing more of these? It's so cool. Anyway, Red Alert 2, I'm playing that with my husband. It's really fun, but there's a mystery. If you made it all the way to this point, then tell me if you know the answer. So you have a score sheet at the end. We've played this game for so many years, and we haven't figured out how the score sheet works. So my husband did a deep dive. Apologies, cold. My husband did a deep dive, and he saw that nobody has figured it out yet. Why has nobody figured out the score sheet for Red Alert 2, Yuri's Revenge? Why is this a mystery? Where are the people that developed this? Why is there a conspiracy where they don't tell people how this worked? Is it like such an important formula that this has to remain top secret and nobody can find out? I don't understand. So at the end, you have a score sheet. And of course, I won. And I have the top score because I always do. Because my husband grants me that honor. And I think there's 3 rows of score you can get. One is kills. Pretty straightforward, right? Because in Red Alert, you have bases and you kill the other militaries. And then on the second lane, there's not kills, but there's losses. Important, right? Losses. And then the third lane is built. So how many buildings did you build? And I build a lot because I put my defense. I just have one strategy. You put up prison towers and you build a massive fuckload of prison tanks, and then you just and you shoot everyone. That's my whole strategy. And then paratroopers, you drop them and you use them as a human shield. When I say I'm terrible at games, I really mean it. And I only use that one strategy. So parapoopers everywhere, prison towers behind them, and then prison tanks, and then you just destroy everyone and everything. And the one challenge I put myself in is there are houses. We use random maps, so you randomly have houses placed everywhere, and these houses can benefit your army. Like some automatically repair your vehicles, which is fantastic if you have prison tanks, because prison tanks suck, because I suck at games. And prison tanks, they just explode within seconds if you're not careful. And what was I saying? The parapoopers and the prison towers. Oh, the houses. And the houses, so I want to control all the houses on the map, and they cannot be destroyed. And that's a very difficult thing to do, because sometimes they spawn a house inside the enemy camp. So then you have to, and the enemy takes over that house, so they own it. So if you kill the enemy, you destroy the house, because it explodes like houses do. So it's just stupid, right? And if you're like me, and you use prison tanks for everything, then you roll in there, and you just like, pew, 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 which is explosions and prison tanks shooting everything. And then you accidentally kill the houses as well. Because it's owned by the enemy, so it does take damage when you shoot at it. By the way, you can also destroy your own houses. I noticed that those prison tanks, if you're not careful, they have like AoE damage as well. So I have been known to destroy some of my own buildings, houses that I wanted to protect, and stuff like that. Or when they have those massive bombers, Kirovs, and they instead of going their usual route, because you usually know what the computer is doing, they go suddenly to your just taken over house and they bomb it. You know how mad I am when that happens? Like I could go into the earth and just die in the lava because I'm so horrendously embarrassed. Let's look at my paper. What else? Oh, right. 2 Point Museum. So 2 Point Museum, I really love the game, but it's interesting because when you play it for a longer time, like me, I do suck at games, but I do play them like endlessly. So 2 Point Museum, I'm trying to get stars, max stars on the museums. It's practically impossible. And it becomes very difficult to play, and the economy sort of is imbalanced. I don't know if they fixed it by now. I haven't played for a couple of months. But once your museum gets very big, it's very difficult to remain making a profit, especially when you go out of the game, play a different museum, and then go back to that museum. Suddenly your profit is just fucked. Even though you were making like millions in profit before, now all of a sudden it's fucked. And you didn't change anything, you just reloaded the game. So I think I can blame this on the developers and not my sucky gaming skills. Maybe. But there's a new DLC or expansion, whatever you want to call it, out, and it's the museum. It's the museum for the museum game. Yes, you did. It's the museum for the museum game. No, it's the zoo. So now they have another museum, and every museum has different like kind of tactics or mechanisms that you have to conquer. They have an aquarium one. I really like that one. It's very cute. You can have the fish without consent mate with each other, and then you have lots of fish and you can sell those, or you can just have lots of buzz and you win and you make a lot of money. It's really nice, just procreating fish endlessly to gain money. Who doesn't want to play that game, right? Sounds exciting. Yes. So now they have a zoo version. Should I play it? Should I buy it? I don't know. Because again, I play it endlessly until I have all the stars, and it becomes quite difficult. and also a little bit boring once you reach the epilogue stage. So is it worth it? I don't know. You let me know. Podcasting. I do want to highlight a couple of podcasts as well. Armchair Expert started their year off with Cher. I don't know much about Cher, but I really loved the episode because she was like not taking any shit. Which is really funny. And I think Dax was trying to bond with her and she was like, I don't care. When do I get out of this? Are we almost done? That was sort of her attitude. There was a little bit of insecurity as well. She needed Kristen there, which of course I loved because I got to see some of Kristen. But that was interesting. I got to know a little bit more about Cher through RuPaul's Drag Race. Her son was a judge on an episode. Again, my memory is very bad, so I don't know if I'm actually right. But I think I'm right. And it was like this whole happening that her son was there. Like someone made by Cher was there. And it was amazing. And they thought it was amazing. So that was very interesting to see Cher on Armchair Expert. And then Good Hang, who doesn't want a good hang, with Amy. She had Gwyneth Paltrow on, which is interesting again. And Gwyneth, you end the episode and you had a good time and it was a good hang. And you think like, what did they talk about? They didn't talk about anything. No, they didn't. I didn't learn anything. I just had a good time. And it made me happy. And I love those podcasts. Those are really nice. Speaking of things that don't make any sense, Handsome podcast. The Handsome podcast this week had Will Arnett on with a question like, if you would live in a sitcom, what sitcom would it be? And then the whole episode was just about the Golden Girls. And Will Arnett responded with, Cheers. I would be on Cheers. And that's it. So funny. They were like, I don't think he realized what question, who he was asking a question for. And I think they were right, because else he would have given a little bit of a performance. But sitcom, I'm wondering like what sitcom would I love? I love The Office is my all-time favorite sitcom. Can you call that a sitcom? Does it need a live audience? I'm not entirely sure, but I love The Office. Maybe Friends is a really, really cool sitcom, but I would just want to be near Dwight, I think, and see. I don't want to be friends with Dwight. I don't want to be friends with Jim. Who do I want to be friends with? I'm very selective with my friends. Angela, if she would make you her friend, I think I would like that, because she doesn't like anyone, kind of like me. Okay, I like that. I would be Angela's friend and would just observe the others being stupid and just laugh at them and make fun of them. Yes. Oh, I am that mean. My daughters are right. I am so fucking mean. Don't tempt me. And then Flightless Bird is getting into a pet cult. I don't know. Pets could have cults. I understand that having pets and like the algorithm feeding us continuous rescue footage of dogs and cats. I understand that that is cult-like. Yes. I think it's about a company that does something for pets that became a cult. I'm not yet through the episode, but I hope that there's organized pets who create cults, because that's what we need in the world. We need pets secretly conspiring to take over the world, like Pinky and the Brain. That would be so much fun. Anyways, let's end with a fun story that made me giggle and laugh. There was a dad, and he got, for his birthday, he got a mug with a manatee on it. from his like 5-year-old son. And he was like, I love this mug. Thank you so much. I love manatees. And the son was like, got it. Nailed it. Okay, I'm going for it. So what did he do? He gave him manatee presents all his life. So for 30 years or something, he got manatee. There's a picture of him in a room and it's decked out with manatee stuff. It's kind of like me and unicorns. I love unicorns. No, I don't need your crap with unicorns on it. I don't need anything in general. But that's so funny. He doesn't like manatees. He doesn't like manatees. And so what did he do? Like good parents, he took to the internet and said, how do I tell my son I don't like manatees? And I lied to him for 30 years. Why would you put that online? His son actually organized, he was now an adult, organized a trip to go and swim with manatee. Is it manatees or manatee? I don't know. There are teas. Anyways, I thought that gave me a giggle if that story made any sense to you. So this was the first episode. Let me know if you have any feedback for me. I'm very open. I will do another random one next time. Which tutorial shirt should I wear next time? I have many. Or should it be Blackpink? Maybe I'll do Blackpink next time. Okay. Thank you for sticking with me until here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!